All right, so starting things off, WrestleMania 3, Hogan versus Andre the Giant versus WrestleMania 5, Macho Man versus Hogan. This could be interesting. Matt Zion, how about you start us off here?
Yeah, Hogan and Macho, because it was an actual good match, and Andre and Hogan is literally just a moment. Like that's all they have. It's just a moment. I would like arguably the best moment in wrestling history, but Macho and Hogan. If you forced me to sit down and watch them both, I would beg you to only make me watch Macho Man and Hogan, because Andre and Hogan is sloppy as fuck. It's terrible. It's slow, and Macho and Hogan is still really excellent match. Still holds up.
I would argue. I'll go next. I would argue that that there was only one spot that was really like sloppy, and that was the back body drop. I don't think a lot of it was really sloppy.
Well, I mean, like they just didn't do anything. So like it was just Andre
drama.
like trying to stand up, but like he couldn't because he was having serious health problems at that point. So like there was a lot of times where you'd see him holding himself up on the rope to try to get a breather. It just didn't look good. But that slam looked amazing. That's really all that mattered. That's just it. That's why.
I just like the story they told with Hogan. It's just literally just fighting a giant. It was a perfect tale of, I don't want to say the David or Goliath shit that you were guys talking about earlier, because obviously Hogan's a little bit bigger than that, but it was just fighting a monster. This was the perfect example of all the times they tried pulling it off. This was the perfect time it was pulled off. Not saying there weren't other good times, but I'm going to pick WrestleMania 3 mainly because if I had to go back and watch one, I actually would go back and watch Andre the Giant. I'm not saying that they did more, because they obviously didn't. It's just the drama, the anticipation, even the bear hug was great. That's like a rest hold. You think it's terrible, but man, even Hogan, he sold it. He was hulking up out of the bear hug, and it's just everything was just. I think it was just done perfectly, and it was the perfect opponent for Hogan. Perfect moment. Everything else in between, besides the backdrop, that was a sore spot. But I'm gonna pick Hogan versus Andre the Giant, WrestleMania 3. Lee, who you got?
Oh, let me tell you, you're out of your mind, Bobber. You're out of your mind. You're crazy. Macho Man had his little cup of coffee with Hulk Hogan, and that's the one that's going on. Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go.
All your picks need to be like that from now on.
Just destroy your voice.
All right. Well, Scott, are you going to make it a coin toss, or are you going to pick?
This one's goddamn hard, I think.
It is.
It's two of Hogan's best kind of moments, like his best match at Mania, or ever almost, and the Slam, which is the moment of wrestling. It's hard because nothing beats the spectacle of 3. They tried at last year, but they threw it away with Triple H and Reigns, I think. Like, that was more people, and no one's going to remember that one for the same things. Oh, God. If Rock and Austin can go down, so can Hogan and Andre. So this is a weird one for me. I would honestly watch Macho Man and Hogan more than I would Hogan and Andre, but I feel like Hogan Andre needs to go on, but I'm not picking it. I'm going with Macho Hogan.
Okay.
Yeah.
It feels wrong, because that's like that is the most defining WrestleMania moment ever. But that's a moment.
Yeah, but I say sometimes this is main event matches. Like it's the be all end all. But I think it's been surpassed in ways, but that moment isn't. So okay, well, Macho Man Hogan will advance. WrestleMania 5 tops WrestleMania 3 main event. Okay, here we go.
Oh yeah,
WrestleMania 11. Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yes.
Versus Lawrence Taylor is actually in the third fucking round, going up against Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold from WrestleMania 14. I'll go first. Obviously, no brainer. Though I like the Bam Bam Lawrence Taylor match, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold easily gets the win here. I don't think there's much to say about it. I think we've already talked about him pretty good. I think this is definitely an easy pick for me. How about you, Lee?
I have to go Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold in this one.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good.
I mean, Bam Bam Lawrence Taylor legit got as far as it did because it was legit that good, but Shawn Michaels Stone Cold is a whole different level, and it has to go on.
Yep. All right. Matt?
I mean, obviously, this is an easy one to pick. Bam Bam and Lawrence Taylor. I'm just kidding. Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold, obviously, is there's nothing more to say about it.
Yep. How about you, Scott?
Agreed. Michaels and Stone Cold is the superior in every way, work rate, position, everything compared to Bigelow Taylor. So,
okay. I agree with that. Here we go. All right, moving on. WrestleMania 20, Triple H, Chris Benoit, Shawn Michaels versus WrestleMania 23, John Cena versus Shawn Michaels. I guess I'll just jump in this one first. I think this is an easy pick as well. WrestleMania 20, triple threat match, definitely. Well, hold on.
He literally heard a voice in his head as that happened.
Yeah.
Please, Randy Orton.
I just, I keep
heard it.
Like, you literally paused like someone spoke.
I did because I just as before, I always overlooked Cena versus Michaels as a bad match, but again, going back, rewatching it, it actually was really fucking good. Wow. Come back to me. We're gonna do that. It hasn't been done yet. We're gonna go to Scott. Yeah.
Benoit triple threat, I think, is better than the Cena Michaels match. Michaels Cena's fun, but I love that triple threat. There you go.
How about Matt?
Yeah, triple threat easily. I think Cena and Michaels is good, but it's been up against weak competition so far, and it finally went up against something that's excellent.
I'd say Edge versus Taker was good.
I think people aren't going to look back in 20 years and be like, man, remember Shawn Michaels and John Cena? No, they're going to look back and they're going to be like, remember that dude that killed his wife? That shit was awesome.
Bummer. Consider the fact that you literally watched it, sang its praises, and then was about to vote against it, and then remembered, oh yeah, it was good. That's
true.
How not memorable it is. It might be great, but it's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It was great. Like,
yeah, but see, it was good though. All right,
Lee. If Lee goes and picks, you don't even need to pick.
That's true. So. Lee, go for it. Who are you picking?
Triple threat.
Triple threat. All right. Well, then my pick's invalid.
You got your out.
But I need to know what your pick is. Though. You have
man.
to say it still.
You do. You have to say it.
Damn, this is tough.
Was there an era about it?
I'll go triple threat match. I mean, but to me, this is a tough one. Triple threat match though gets the nod for me. I'm gonna go that. It's a clean sweep, but I think it was closer than it should have been. All right. Anyway, rounding out round 3 here, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 26 versus WrestleMania 30, another triple threat match, Randy Orton versus Batista versus Daniel Bryan. Scott, how about this one?
Yeah, so far it's been the Undertaker one I've been picking this whole time because I do really like that match, but nothing in this side of it is beating the Bryan triple threat. So I'm curious to see if we get the Benoit-Bryan triple threat face-off.
Yeah.
But the Bryan triple threat, I do think, is superior than the second Undertaker-Michaels. If it was the first one, it's a different story. But that triple threat just accomplished everything better, I think. So
okay. I'll jump in there now. I'm actually going to go with Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels here.
No surprise.
No, this now you
got
to
be.
What
about the aura?
God damn, man.
No, you have to.
Trolling now.
No, you have to agree with me here, though. No, this Undertaker Shawn Michaels.
No, I do not.
No,
really.
we don't have to agree
really.
with you.
I mean, you don't have to.
I'm voting
You
for the
said
triple threat.
Okay, so why do you think it's the Undertaker Michaels superior? I mean, it's a fantastic, amazing match, and
It
no
is.
one will be surprised it was the whole thing. But
I'm not gonna.
why do you
Okay,
think it's superior?
look. Triple threat matches, they have their moments. They're hit or miss. This one was good. This one was a good triple threat match. It had a good story. Daniel Bryan, like I said, good. They played the underdog card very well. I like how he had 2 matches. He had to have 2 matches to come in here and win the title. But Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, to me, nothing beats a good singles match with a good fucking story. You had a career versus... Sorry, you had a career versus the streak. You had everything built up to this moment. This is one of the rare times where we did not know who was going to win an Undertaker streak match. There, obviously, a lot of the times we fucking knew, but coming into this one, this was a actual question mark. We thought, hey, Shawn Michaels could actually fucking win this, and to me, that was really rare. And just the feel of it, man, the feel.
See, that's fair.
Yeah. That's just
that makes complete sense.
Sure. I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, everybody can have different
saying
opinions.
Randy Orton has an aura, that's not.
I picked that match though. I
know, but that's that you were like, I like this one better because of the aura of Randy Orton.
For the wrong reason.
I did.
Yeah,
I said he was the MVP.
You picked this one for the right reason. I can get behind your argument on that. 100%.
So Bomber is completely wrong and hates Daniel Bryan. Cool. I'm going to go with the triple threat match, and Lee, I assume you will too, so we can get on with this.
Yeah, triple threat.
Oh wow.
There we go. Great. You're saying it like it was oh, I can't believe that. You're just going to keep voting against it
No.
until it loses.
I can see this as a 50-50, honestly. I'm
This is
It
closer
easily
to a
is.
50-50. This is
I
definitely.
don't think so.
I don't know.
I think it's a clear and easy win for the triple threat because the Undertaker Michaels match is still overshadowed by 25. That's all there is to it. It's a 10 times better match.
I would 10 times, dude. Come on, it is not a 10 times better.
There are
match.
people that say that Undertaker and Michaels at 25 is the best wrestling match that's ever existed. I don't agree. I think it's up there.
I don't agree with that
but
as well. Yeah.
I'm telling you,
No, but it does.
This one was a huge letdown compared to that match.
I wouldn't say a huge letdown. It was.
I
don't know.
remember
I mean,
people
everybody
being
has
pretty
opinions.
not happy with it because
It did not
it
surpass
just
it.
didn't do as well.
Okay.
Didn't have an aura over it.
Okay. Okay. I mean, there's no point. Oh wait, I put the wrong one.
Yeah, wrong one, buddy. God, he's even
tried.
trying to cheat to get his Daniel
No,
Bryan on
he
the
had the right one at first too.
Yeah.
Sorry. All right. So okay. All right. We are now moving on to the final 4, and ladies and gentlemen,
3 hours.
Shawn Michaels is in 3 of the final 4 matches. Look at that shit.
Mr. WrestleMania.
Mr. WrestleMania,
That-
that's fine.
Works. Oh no, he's not. I advanced him. I'm wrong. 2 of the 4. I picked Taker. It should be in 3 of the 4, but he's not.
Still,
God,
he's
you're
doing,
such an
doing
asshole.
pretty good for such a fucking prick.
All right, guys. So let's get into it. WrestleMania 5: Macho Man and Hogan versus WrestleMania 14: Shawn Michaels versus the Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Damn. Who's Lee? How about you start this one off?
Oh yeah, I don't care about the attitude area. Yeah, Macho Man wins, baby.
Okay. Wow. That's okay. I take it. Matt Zion, who you got?
I'm probably going to go with something you guys did not expect, and I'm going to pick Macho Man Hogan. And
Wow.
B is because the Shawn Michaels Stone Cold match, I liked it, but I never really loved it. It always felt like it was more of a transition into the Attitude Era, so that was cool, and it helped create Stone Cold. But I think that Macho Man and Hogan had one of the best angles ever, and I mean they took a full year. They planned it out, and it paid off in droves, and it was one of their highest buy-rated pay-per-views for a long time. Like they didn't pass it for quite a while.
Yeah.
But I just think that the story was more satisfying, and the Stone Cold Michaels, again, it just kind of felt like Michaels was just kind of a placeholder for Stone Cold. Like I guess to me it didn't have that WrestleMania feel. Like when they came out and they're doing their entrances, I never really got goosebumps or anything. It didn't feel big and special. It just was a really good match. But with Macho Man and Hogan, like it's a legit like goosebump inducer because they really worked hard to build this thing up, and the match was really fantastic. Match quality, the Michaels Austin match is better, but I think overall entertainment value, Macho Man and Hogan has a better legacy.
That's right, but you believe I might slap Elizabeth around a little.
Yeah, I really thought he was going to smack her in
Yeah.
the face at one point.
All right.
Awesome.
So wow, 2 votes right now. We're sitting at 2-0 right now. Scott, I'm gonna have you go next.
3-0.
Wow.
Yeah,
Holy
Macho Man
shit.
Hogan was a battle of titans. Like you don't see matches like that anymore because you get Triple H every year or Cena every year. You didn't get that kind of match then, and that really worked. And it was more of a payoff. It was more of a Mania moment, I think. Michaels and Stone Cold, we're lucky we got it, and it's incredible for what we got. But I think we put too much on the fact of how impressive it was under the conditions. It could have been so much more. And it wasn't. We shouldn't be singing its praises for how impressive it was, considering how hamstrung it was.
Well, no. First of all,
But
if
it's
it
gotten
could-
that far in that way.
if that match
So-
could have been so much more, then holy fuck, that
Yeah, it could have been if
I-
Michaels
I-
wasn't all fucked up.
man, I don't know.
Right? No, 100%.
Sure.
You have to agree that Michaels, if he was actually able to go and not
Sure.
die,
Yes.
would have been better. Like it's
Yes.
impressive what he did, sure, but
Well, if he could have went
I
better,
think-
this would have been worst tournament ever because that would have just squashed everything. Then I think.
oh, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no Bam Bam LT,
God
but
damn.
Macho and Hogan, I think, is just such a. It's an amazing thing of itself in its weird way, and yet it's so forgotten in its own way too. Like it's overshadowed, but it does hold up. A lot of them don't. Michaels and Stone Cold is just a piece of its era, and it does work, but it's not as memorable. What's memorable is Austin winning the title.
Well, I mean, not as memorable. Okay, here we go.
No.
My turn. Now.
I don't think.
Even though
I don't think it is.
Even though, sure, everybody's got an opinion.
My turn now.
Yeah,
My turn now.
My
Here's why
turn now,
you're-
even though it's already over. No, I would pick Shawn Michaels Stone Cold in this match. I'm shocked that it wasn't a tie at least, if not a win for Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold. Yes, obviously, the best story, one of the best stories in WWE history, is behind Macho Man and Hogan. There's no disputing that. That's a fact. That's a fact. But I went back and watched this match, and I think, this is me saying it, I think it's overrated match-wise. It's obviously good. It is good, but I think it's an overrated match, though. It is not as good as... I don't think it should have beat Andre the Giant versus Hulk Hogan. Sure... I'm having a hard time describing this, but
you sound like somebody who's in denial right now. You're just going back and you're like, but I mean, maybe we can work something out. Maybe we get lost, bro.
Just try to figure out
I
what
actually
went wrong.
I understand I lost, but I actually picked the Hogan and the Warrior over this match too. If you remember,
so this is your Daniel Bryan
this
from
has
back in the
nothing
day.
to do with anything
That's
else.
what it is. It's his old Daniel Bryan. I get you.
I
understand now.
I just went back and watched the match. Yes, Macho Man carried Hogan through a good match, but it doesn't hold up to Shawn Michaels versus Stone Cold. They went out there. There was a lot more elements thrown into it. Yes, it was kind of like they used trash cans and band equipment and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. In the end, I would watch that match over the Hogan match 50 times over again. That's just, again, my opinion. But
let me tell you something, Bomber. I'm looking at you. Got jealous eyes. Jealous eyes for Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold.
I got jealous eyes for Miss Elizabeth now. That bitch was
Matt,
fucking
I
hot.
believe that he might smack Bomber.
I
fucking, yeah. So anyway, doesn't matter what I say, though. That's just my opinion. WrestleMania 5, Macho Man Hogan does advance. Oh, man, 3-1. Here
now
we go.
for the real battle.
I can't. We talked about in our previous tournament, shockers. I can't believe we're looking at a triple threat match versus a triple threat match in the semifinals here of this tournament. So here we go. WrestleMania 20, Triple H, Chris Benoit, Shawn Michaels versus WrestleMania 30, Randy Orton, Batista, Daniel Bryan. Scott, how about you kick this one off?
Fuck.
Yep.
I loved the Benoit thing from the era, and it was awesome to see him come through WCW and never win the big one and finally win the big one, and it was awesome and incredible, and he tapped him out in a triple threat that he wasn't supposed to be in. And then say all that same thing for Daniel Bryan and just put his name in there instead, because it's the same story. He shouldn't have been there. He came in against two guys that were feuding. It's... can't I pick both? Like, I don't know what to pick.
If everything's identical, it should be easy, just which one was better. If everything behind it was the same, one was obviously better than the other. As far as match-wise, it should be simple.
You know what? When you put it like that, it's weird, because I think Bryan was the better win, but I think Triple H and Michaels were better in the match than Batista and Orton. So I'm going to go with the Benoit one because of the situation involved in that one. Even though Bryan was the better win overall at the end and it was a happier ending,
I'm surprised.
I think the better match happened in 20.
All right. Well, how about we go to Matt Zion next?
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I was thinking. Was I prefer the Bryan celebration. I was pretty invested in both of them, but Bryan, it's more special to me, his victory, because I feel like I was more behind him on his journey of not being fucked over royally. But Orton and Batista, I mean, they just played their roles. They weren't bad or anything. Like their point wasn't to highlight themselves. Their point was to highlight Bryan and get Bryan's win over. The difference, though, is that the Triple H... Just stop with your Orton MVP nonsense. The difference is that Triple H and Michaels successfully made Benoit look like magic, while at the same time making themselves in the match look like magic. And that's the slight hint, or slight little nudge that it needs to win. So I'm going to go with the WrestleMania 20 match, because I think just overall it's three guys that are in their prime being fucking fantastic, and then you have the WrestleMania 30 match where it's Bryan, maybe not in his prime, because you could tell he was slowing down a little bit because of his injuries, But you have Batista, who was just awful at the time, and Orton, who's pretty good. So I mean, like that's where we separate everything.
Okay, well, I guess I'll go real quick here. I actually think Batista did a pretty good job in this match. I don't think he did bad at all. He definitely didn't seem like when he was coming out of the ring, he didn't look like he gave a shit to be there, but he did a good job in the match, I feel. I'm going to steal something from Lee that he said earlier, so that's why I went next, so I could steal his words. Yeah, I think this is an identical match, but WrestleMania 20 just did it better. It was almost a clone copy as far as like the smaller guy getting in and then getting the win. But Bryan did have a better ending. He had a better ending as far as like interference and like story behind him, and he came in with the hurt shoulder and a match before. I feel like he came in with the better story, but I think as far as the better match goes, I think the Triple H, Benoit, Shawn Michaels match was the better actual match. Story-wise, though, I actually did think Daniel Bryan's story was better going into the match than any of the stories going on with Triple H, Benoit, and Michaels. So I'm picking 20. 20 over 30. 20 over 30 for me.
Yeah, this is heartbreaking and weird to do this, but I have to pick the double murderer over the nicest guy in professional wrestling, which is just weird. As
nice
fuck
guys
to say,
finished
but
last.
It was the better worked match.
I think it's
You
because
can't-
of Triple H and Michaels and
Yeah,
Orton and Batista.
Yeah, you obviously have
can't
better
deny-
workers there, yeah.
You can't deny it was a better work match, and you also can't deny that Chris Benoit had more history behind him that people knew about going into this match. If he was, the guy who was the big fucking star in the indies and in other promotions and recognized as like the best wrestler in the world who never made it to the big time. And I mean, it just works. WrestleMania 20 works.
All right, well, there you have it. Believe it or not, a clean sweep. I did not anticipate a clean sweep coming out in the that match right there. WrestleMania 20 advances. Yeah.
Oh, God.
So here we go.
And now we're at the final.
We are at the
Just-
finals, guys. WrestleMania 5, Macho Man versus Hulk Hogan going up against WrestleMania 20, Triple H, Murderer, and Shawn Michaels.
That's a way to put it.
That's a way to put it. Yeah, Chris Benoit. Shit. Who does anybody want to start this final match off? If anybody
Right.
wants
Oh,
to.
yeah.
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
no,
Benoit.
no, fuck you, fuck you.
No. Fine. Okay, you go first then, Matt. I already said
Yeah,
it.
thank you. Okay, good. I'm the alpha male. Personal choice again. If I, could pick what I wanted, Rock and Stone Cold WrestleMania 17 is still my personal favorite. But based off of the Road Warriors rule, we I have to choose between Macho Man and Hogan versus the Triple Threat WrestleMania 20. Triple Threat WrestleMania 20. It takes this one pretty much no problem, in my opinion. Macho Man Hogan had a excellent story, maybe one of the best that they've ever put together, but it doesn't hold up even close to the match quality. That WrestleMania 20 is one of the best matches of all time. It doesn't matter that basically we're putting a murderer potentially into the top spot. That match is pretty much perfect. They didn't fuck anything up. Everything flowed great. It told an amazing story of Benoit, this guy who most people didn't think would be in this position, and having him stand tall at the end with Eddie. It's just perfect. The only thing that sours it is obviously the fact that this man brutally smothered his child to death and strangled his wife and then killed himself with a Bowflex. But the match itself
Hashtag
is,
Bowflex killer.
yeah, Bowflex killer. So, but it's not even close to me. I mean, Macho and Hogan deserved to get this far, but it doesn't deserve the title of best match of all time. WrestleMania 20 was it was so fucking good. That show was great, and this triple threat deserves to win.
Okay. Scott, you can go now.
Again, Benoit. Macho Man and Hogan is the best of that era, and Benoit's Triple Threat is the best of that era. We're into a new era kind of now. I didn't even mean that pun, but
Yeah.
I really didn't. I hate myself. I need a Bowflex. No, the Benoit match is just so much better on all accounts. Hogan and Savage is what it is, but it's from a prior era now, and it doesn't hold up compared to the best of today. So, or 20 years ago, or 13 years ago. Yeah.
somewhere around there.
It still stands up. It's good.
It was a long time ago. All right, I guess, Lee, I'll let you go next.
Let me articulate to you the fact that I might have slapped Miss Elizabeth around a bit, but I never killed her. That was like
That is
right?
true.
He killed her, not me. Right? So I gotta go with Macho Man and Hulk Hogan. It was the Clash of the Titans. Yeah.
Think of it this way too, though. Macho literally gave his life swerving into a tree to save his wife that was in the car with him, and we're still gonna vote for her.
That's right. I'm a hero, and I'm gonna go to hero even if I lose in this contest. Yeah.
All right.
This could not have been worked better for that impression and that line to be in that moment.
Yeah, that's okay. Wow. So we're sitting 2-1 right now. Triple threat match has the advantage. So, actually, I should have said this earlier. I like what Matt Zion did, where you actually pick your favorite, like what you would have picked, like if you had to pick the winner, like how he picked Austin and Rock. What were your guys' lead? Like if you had to pick one out of all these matches to be, if you had to pick of all of them, who would win?
Honestly, it probably would have been Austin Rock 17. I was kind of hoping that was the one that would have matched up to Macho Man Hogan. Then I wouldn't have felt so bad. But
Damn coin toss.
Yeah.
How about you, Scott?
For me, this one's pretty damn close. It does always stand out for me. Hogan and Warrior, I just have a soft spot for, but I would pick this one over that one. So honestly, this one is the one I would have picked.
Okay, I agree with that. I had several. It was a very tough call for me, but I probably it was really gonna. I thought this was gonna. We were gonna see Hogan and Andre the Giant up here. That to me was a really special thing to watch. The first time I watched it,
would not have been a surprise to anyone.
Yeah, the first time I watched it, which obviously was not live, but the first time I watched it and then rewatching it, it's always been really special. So, and I really like Stone Cold Shawn Michaels too at 14. I would probably have picked Hogan and Andre over that if it would have came to it, but so that probably in the end I probably would have picked that one. But also Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Iron Man, which should not have I don't care what anybody says, that shit should not have lost the first goddamn round. But anyway, I probably would have picked for my pick. I probably would have picked Andre and Hogan of WrestleMania 3. But we're here in the finals. Here we go. Oh man. I'm gonna be that guy. I'm sorry, everybody listening right now. I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna go for the best WrestleMania main event, in my opinion, between these two. I'm gonna pick WrestleMania 20, Triple H, Chris Benoit, Shawn Michaels. As I said earlier, I think Macho Man Hogan is a little overrated. I'm not saying it's a bad match. That's not saying it's a bad match. I think it's overrated.
I think you're a little overrated.
God. I think the best worked match was, in this opinion, Triple H, Benoit, Michaels. If I had to watch one, obviously I'd watch that one time and time again over Macho Man Hogan. But having said that, Hogan Macho Man, out of every match in here, that had the best story coming in. So it was really, in this opinion, in my opinion here, the story versus the match, the best match versus the best story. And I guess when it comes down to it, I think, in my opinion, for me, I went with best match. So I think with that, guys, I think we have a winner. We have a winner.
Look at Dave Meltzer here talking about the work rate of the match. Yeah.
Son of a
And
bitch.
I really don't think people would be too upset with the WrestleMania 20 match in and of itself being the best match.
Yeah.
Sure, there's circumstances, but that match is great.
Yeah, all kidding aside, we picked some pretty awesome fucking matches to go into the finals here. So
I just think it's funny that we picked a triple threat. I
never would have thought that.
I'm with Lee. I really, really prefer the main event to always be a singles title match.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
And we picked a triple threat. That shows how fucking good that match was, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, we did say our personal choices. If we were to pick all the way through, they would have been singles matches. So
Yep. It's just, this is how it went. Sometimes the coin toss will fuck you over, just like it did for Brett and Sean, just like I did for Rock and Austin.
Sean, fuck you and your overrated pile of shit hour-long board fest.
Wow.
Yeah, I went to sleep watching that.
Sorry,
one.
everybody's cussing you out in the comments.
You know
so
what
that's
would have been
fine.
amazing is if Stone Cold and Michaels did get beat by Bam Bam and Lawrence Taylor, because
Oh
it would have been
my
Macho
God.
Man and Hogan versus
And
Bam Bam and
I,
LT.
I may have went with Bam
Would've been
Bam
a
just
clean
because
sweep.
I probably
Yeah.
would have picked Bam Bam over
Wow.
Macho and Hogan, which would have put it into the final.
Oh, you
Yes.
get a little cup of coffee.
And-
there.
And then, yeah.
So,
just have it win.
so everybody's happy with this result, huh? Everybody's.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
I
Yeah,
think
I'm
it
happy
was a
with
good
it.
It's one of
result.
the best ones.
It,
so-
it turned out good, yeah. Episodes.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, yeah. I hope everybody enjoyed. I know it was a long journey to get here, but we finally did. And Triple H versus Chris Benoit versus Shawn Michaels in the end got the win for best WrestleMania main event. And that was our opinion. So I guess obviously that's not everybody's opinion, but sorry if you're mad. But this
don't
is
be
how
sorry.
this is how it flies.
Yeah,
Fuck
you
you,
get
man.
your
Tournament
own little
format.
croy. Yeah.
It was. Anything can happen in a tournament. Anything can happen in a tournament. I hope you guys enjoyed. This was best in the business. We got more to come.